just realized that I type the words help me when I'm not one to be the one seeking SOS. Usually I'm the one giving help to those that are saying SOS. These are so good. Isn't Cyrus whipping me? Some people are like, oh, beautiful when your siblings stop invading your privacy to know what you say to your honey or men that you're interested in having sex with, or Sarah, or that message that I no longer have in it, but it says like, you're so lonely, I'll be your husband. I'm like, not that lonely, I just had dick yesterday, but okay. I love the humor of this situation that I'm in. Did I already say this to him? I almost tagged it. That my parents and my siblings and their relatives and their neighbors are starting to be stealing from me and trafficking me. So that I speak to them for them to tell me quién tiene una pantalla en el ombligo. Como si eso fuera un crimen también, like, tú sabes quién tiene una pantalla en el ombligo. Your pantalla en el ombligo. My dear lover girl outshines the stupidity that my family of origin is. What else? They're keeping me warm because they don't want Keimani or Jaden to get una pantalla en el ombligo. It's always pantalla en el ombligo. That's segue into a conversation about sex for them is how they traffic people into having sex with them. So they don't like it when people actually have una pantalla de ombligo. They just want to talk about it. They probably tried to pay people to try to have sex with me to find out si yo tengo una pantalla de ombligo. What else? Oh, I just saw a picture of a sauna. I miss visiting that with my honey. Mommy and Daddy, if you're watching this, I want my crypto. If you haven't. If not, I can't remember my password or anything like that. Or who's holding my Bitcoin. Yikes. There has to be at least one person that I've dated that probably saw mental health for themselves after reading my Facebook post in 2020 and say why she is a storyteller and she is not living life. That's why I'm seeking the death penalty for my parents missing after 7 years. What else? I love how someone used the Trader Joe's bag to wrap flowers from Trader Joe's. How pretty. Some people are dumb and don't understand that Trader Joe's means well-traveled already instead of like Sephora. Wow, on a man's dick trying to extort money out of him. Anyways. That took me and my childhood. Some people might still live in little people world. Okay, I'm saving this. rum to the sauce. But I'm saying that because I had rum recently by accident, which made me realize how I love my virgin piña colada so much. Now I'm thinking about rum. What else? I want to visit Disneyland soon. Buy my something. Haven for Hope no longer provides paper towels in the area where like some sinks are or in the restrooms. So my laptop goes unclean for a while until like I get to a place that I'm like, okay, I'll just see how I clean it. And that's not even like the proper way to clean it. It should just be a cloth. But yeah, some people, I see me in some she has a need for a laptop cleaner. What else? I also need a loofah. I need a manicure, honey. I know how to say those words. Feel bad for some people that have been taught that that's the way to get a man in that language. I even feel disgusting about themselves. Some people are like, whatever, that's how I can get it. It's the same as saying I need help. Some people are like, why do I feel so bad whenever I say these words? I want pizza now. Why Californians are fleeing to Mexico. This is the video on CNBC on YouTube. They finally like rancheras again.
We were able to cut our budget in half, which allowed us to really focus on our careers and the things we wanted to do artistically without having to just like hustle every day, every week, every month to just meet the bare minimum.
California's population growth has been declining for over 30 years now, but thanks to the rise in remote work due to the COVID-19 pandemic, those trends have accelerated. The ability to work anywhere has 62% of Americans considering moving to a new country.
What's the options, right? What, Kansas, Utah, whatever. I mean, really, the options aren't that great. I mean, especially if you're from California.
And while some Californians are able to make the move by working remotely, Others are living in Mexico, but still commuting to work daily in California.
There's a lot of people commuting who actually live in Mexico, who actually work in the States. So it's like, it's thousands of people just cross daily. It's a lot of people.
However, many critics argue that Americans are driving up the cost of housing for locals and pricing them out of the market. So just how long will this migration trend last, and what are the consequences? When it comes to U.S.-Mexico migration, most Mexicans are to the U.S. to improve their lives economically, but a lesser known fact is that historically, Americans have flocked to Mexico for the same reason. After Mexico went into state in 1821, thousands of legal and illegal American immigrants settled into northern Mexico in search of land, trade, and agricultural opportunity. And when Mexico abolished slavery in 1829, a few routes of underground railroad ran southward into Mexican places. It's estimated that about 5,000 to 10,000 slaves escaped into Mexico. By the mid-1840s, Americans outnumbered Mexican Californios in the northern part of Mexican California, which was Mexican territory at the time. Shortly after, the California Gold Rush began, and 30,000 people all over the world poured into California in search of treasures. Just days after the California Gold Rush began, the Mexican-American War ended, giving California, Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, Colorado, Nevada, and Utah to the U.S. It wasn't until 1924 that the U.S. Border Patrol was created, and since then, millions of Americans have visited, vacationed, and relocated to Mexico. As of 2020, 800,000 Americans are living in Mexico. These migrants can be divided into three categories: retirees, working professionals, and the biggest share of the population, the Mexican Americans returning to their roots.
There's also parallel immigration process in Chile. Returning from Mexico with their parents, many Mexicans have successful Mexico as well. As U.S. citizens become declared to U.S. immigration Mexico to their futures and share into their future societies.
The rising migration of U.S. citizens is giving way to increasing investments and development, which in turn creates opportunity for more Americans to make the move.
Now, according to my parents, my siblings, their relatives, and their neighbors, I can travel to get Jaden and Kenani because North Korea is now allowing people to go back there.
The rising cost of living is perhaps one of the biggest drivers for this. California ranks number 2